Well, good morning, Lionhearts. It's your old pal Jordan the Lion. How are you all doing today? Excellent. Well, I got my hat on today because we are going to spend a lot of time out in the sun today. We are going to something you have to do when you come to New York City. I mean, I think you have to. This was the biggest thing in everyone's life for a long time. So we're going to go check out world famous Coney Island. Daze with Jordan the Lion begins now. What's up, James? All right, you're back in the vlog again today. Now this is crazy because you've grown up in this area. I mean, at least Jersey, New York, you've been here your whole life, other than when you moved out to Hollywood for a handful of years. You've never been to Coney Island, so you're doing this for the first time with me today?
Oh yeah, thank you very much for taking me along.
Dude, great. You're driving. How am I taking you along? There's the Brooklyn Bridge. Well, I'm seeing the world famous cyclone, so we have found Coney Island. Here they go. There's the Wonder Wheel. Really cool to see Coney Island. I had watched documentaries about this when I was a kid, and I always remember like the old timers saying, yeah, you could take the subway to Coney Island for a nickel and you could get a hot dog and you could just, it was heaven, everybody went. Kind of cool to see it myself. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to do here, especially in this part of it. All the amusement park rides. We're inside a Luna Park. Luna Games. See what they got through here. Oh, nice. Anybody want to win a donut? One of the cool things when we were driving in, James said, this part of New York really feels like the 50s. I remember they said this used to be so popular that when you would come out here to get on the beach, like people said it was like tradition, you would come and you would get in the water first before you did anything else. And they said it would be so packed out here on the weekends that you'd have to step on other people's beach towels just to get to the water. Not quite so crowded anymore. So we're gonna go over and we're gonna have the world famous Nathan's hot dogs over there. That's an institution here in Coney Island, and on top of that, this is where they sponsor that hot dog eating contest every year that Joey Chestnut just crushes for the 4th of July. I'm excited because apparently they have like street performers and all that stuff, but they also have like the sideshow kind of stuff that I like. There it is. 100 years since 1916. Here we go. We're gonna order a couple. All right, we got our food. We're trying a little everything. And I mean everything. Yeah, this is a pretty good day. They don't build them like this anymore. They've built some sort of little mud pit for the kids over here, I guess. I wonder if they still have the famous arcade and everything here. Like I said, I used to watch documentaries on this place when I was younger. So, kind of interested to see what matches up. Let's go see what's inside the Scream Zone. Oh, that looks interesting. What a ride. Huh. Turns into a roller coaster at some point. Look at that. high as the soaring eagle. Here they go! Oh! There's old Luna Park. Right, we're going back up to the boardwalk now. All right, let's see what else we have. I think this is what Venice Boardwalk was always trying to be, but they never really got there. I don't know, it's pretty hot out here today. That's kind of hard to want to be sitting at the beach for me. You play your normal carnival games here. They got the Thunderbolt down here. I do not envy these people right now. No way, no way, no way would I do that. We'll watch them do it. I mean, thanks Thunderbolt, but no thanks. I think I'll sit this one out. That used to be a really famous ride. It looks like it's not in operation anymore. It's just the frame of it is still there. Oh man, I would not want to be riding that right now. Oh! Let's check out the old carousel. It is insanely hot out here today. Insanely hot. But people are still out here, you know. That's New York for you. Pretty nice carousel. We're kind of hoping that some people will come in to ride it because it is operational, but there's nobody in here. 15 cents, huh? Now this one has a plaque that says Abraham Lincoln Centennial Horse, Riders Not Permitted, built by MC Lyons in 1909. That's interesting. Normally I'd hop on there and ride this thing and show you guys the ride, but they have a sign that says you can't have any electronic devices on the carousel, so no filming the ride. So right here on the other side of Coney Island Park, they have the Brooklyn Cyclones home. And it says, the most exciting ballpark in America. Guess I'm just not a beach person, personally. Yeah, James and I were just laughing. He's like, you still don't go to the beach in California? I said, no, probably less than 10 times since I've lived there in 20 years. He goes, same thing I always used to do. You take people if they're coming to visit, but you never go yourself. We're gonna start making our way back along the boardwalk and see what we missed along the way, but this is kind of a nice trip out to Coney Island for the day. It is a constant party out here though. There's music playing everywhere and, you know, whether you want it or not, but there is something exciting happening all the time. So the deal with this mermaid over here is that they have a mermaid parade every June here on the boardwalk. It's supposedly really cool to come see. So if you're ever looking for a time that you can come to a parade where everyone is dressed like mermaids, June is your time here in Coney Island. And I officially see no arcade any longer. Look, Nathan's has its own souvenir t-shirt shop. Let's check it out, see what they got. Okay, you've got the originals, but check some of these out. These are great. 100 years. Ballin'. Oh, look at that, the American hot dog eating contest. Even have tie-dye. Follow the crowd. That is pretty cool for a bag, I have to say. They even have Nathan's saltwater taffy. Some fantastic postcards here, so I'm gonna get a few postcards for future Patreons. If I could get that one in black, I'd be in. Fantastic shirts in here though. I love them, right? Good stuff. So if I had one complaint about Coney Island other than the music constantly playing, I would say I missed the like Fiji mermaid aspect, like the sideshowy stuff. They didn't have that. Who knows, maybe it's not politically correct anymore to have a Fiji mermaid. I don't know how things work anymore. So I told you how I thought Venice Beach was kind of trying to be like Coney Island. That would be the Coney Island version of Muscle Beach, I guess. And the New York Aquarium is right here beside Coney Island too, so you can actually make like a full day of it. Now also something else that happens here in Coney Island, they kind of have commemorated on this sign over here. I'll show you. I do love the murals though. Right there, you see that? The Polar Bear Club. Those crazy people that decide to go out in the water when it's still freezing out and show their stuff by getting in freezing cold water. Good for them, but not for me. I think James and I are gonna depart Coney Island and see what else we can do today. Why not? Why not? There's the cyclone and just a dinosaur hanging out. So that would have been the famous subway stop that everybody took to Coney Island. So I kind of planned on vlogging something in Queens while I was here, but I didn't think it was gonna happen. I kind of gave up on it, and then James said, hey, I'll take you, so we're gonna go now. So we got about a nice 45-minute drive to, well, we're gonna hit a cemetery. So this is actually really gonna work out well because James said, on our way back through Brooklyn, I'm gonna stop off and take you to the place that I think has the best pizza. And I go, wait a minute, there's something else I wanted to film, I think was over in that direction. It turns out it's just a few blocks away, so we're gonna add a few things to today. Not a bad view off the side of the freeway. Pretty much here, it's a Jewish cemetery. And we're gonna see one of the great magicians and probably the greatest escape artist of all time. Here's the family plot of Harry Houdini. You can see over here you've got the whole family. Now this is not exactly true, or at least to my knowledge. Bess Houdini, even though it says she has a stone here, I had read that she wasn't able to be buried here because she wasn't born Jewish. So I don't know. They actually say that she's buried in the cemetery that Babe Ruth is buried in. It's his mother, his father, Herman. Then as we go over here, actually it looks pretty nice now. I had seen photos online where this grave was really overgrown, and I was really bummed out about that because apparently at one point the Society of American Magicians was taking care of this, and I thought, why would they let this go? Why? I mean, it was totally overgrown. And then I found out that at some point the museum in Scranton, the Houdini Museum there's a bunch of them. There's one in Budapest, there's one in Manhattan, and then there's one in Scranton. The one in Scranton is apparently now responsible for caring for this, so good job on them. It looks really nice. And I was actually not expecting to see the bust here. I had read online that over the years they've lost like 4 or 5 of these where they've been busted or people have stolen them. Look, he was the president right there. Society of American Magicians. And he had a very, very bizarre death too. He basically had a burst appendix and someone punched him, testing his theory that he could withstand any punch, and Houdini was in a lot of pain because of that. The doctors told him he should go into the hospital right away, but he had tour dates he wanted to finish up, and by the time he finally went, it was too late. But definitely one of the most interesting and most famous of all magicians, and he even did movies. They put him in action movies back in the day, if you can believe that. He had a lot of charisma. Yeah, this was kind of out of the way and everything, and I really wanted to come vlog it, but like I said earlier, I was thinking, you know, I don't know if we can get there, and James said, hey, today's the day. If you want to go, I'll drive you. So thanks to James, we got to come check this out. And his real name, Harry Houdini's real name, was not Harry Houdini. It was actually Eric Weiss. You can see the Weiss down here. He changed it because he was a fan of Robert Houdin, or Houdin, and so he changed his name professionally to Harry Houdini as an homage to him. And his wife, Bess, was part of the act as well, and at one point Harry's brother was part of the act. Pretty cool. And he's getting visitors out here all the time. And then here on the opposite side of his plot, you can see it says, erected by Houdini, 1916, in sacred memory of his beloved parents. I'm gonna leave a little something for Houdini here. Put it up here. Now James is gonna take us off to get some pizza at what he thinks is like the greatest pizza place in New York. And we're gonna hit a filming location for Coming to America while we're over there. So let's roll. So the guy who made this is the guy who was over at the grave, and he has an Instagram called Covert Scott. And he goes all over the world making these etchings. Awesome, got to see Houdini's grave. I've been to enough of his museums and exhibits. That was really cool to get to finally pay my respects and leave a little coin for him. Maybe you can do a trick with it there. Maybe it'll end up back at my hotel. Whoa! We're going to Danny's Pizza now. Wow, great art. Right, the other day when I came to New York City, I told James I wanted to find the best pizza in New York, and he said, this is my favorite place in New York, it's in Brooklyn. So he agreed to bring me. Here we are, let's go try a slice. Oh yeah. James was telling me that this is a grandma slice, and I go, that looks good. He goes, yeah, those are really good, so I'm gonna try one of those. All right, I can't wait to try this. James couldn't wait. Is it as good as you remember, dude? Oh yeah, it's definitely good. Definitely the best I've had here so far. James liked it so much that he's getting some to go. That tells you how good that was. All right, off to our next stop. Now, even though they say it's Queens in the movie, it's actually Brooklyn that we're gonna see here. Check this out, how cool is this? You know what that is? That is Akeem from Zamunda's apartment when they moved to Queens and Coming to America. How cool is that? That is awesome. Semi and Akeem take this place here because they're trying to pretend that they're not rich so that Akeem can find a bride. That means the barber shop would have been right over here as well. Take a look. How rad. When I saw it was just a few blocks from the pizzeria, I said, we gotta go, man. I love that movie too much. And I really wanted to go check out McDowell's too, but I saw online that they've demolished the property that was there, and now it's like some sort of development, some sort of high-rise. But here we go. This is also where the when the king of Zamunda comes, And you see the rose petals and everything going up to the building when they're asking about where he lives. Well, they're actually making a second one now. My friend Lunell, who watches this channel, famous comedian, she is cast in the second movie. So Lunell, make it a good one. Can't wait to see it. We just saw something kind of funny as we were driving. I said, you know what, let me out, I gotta go vlog this. This hydrant's been turned on. We've seen 3 cars pass by, pull up, and get out and wash their car in this. That's great. One of them just drove off. Williamsburg Bridge. Oy vey! That sign said Oy vey leaving Brooklyn. Well, good evening, my friends. We're gonna call it a day. It was a fun one. I hope you guys enjoyed all the twists and turns that we took today. Thank you to James for coming into town and hanging out with me and taking us to all those extra places. Thank you, Pamela Russell and Teresa Coleman, for becoming my newest Patreons. Come back and see me tomorrow. We are not done in Manhattan. We have a few more days here. Have a great night. I hope you enjoyed what you saw today. I hope you felt like you were there. We'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.